What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Band of Barbers podcast, and I am your host, Devon Evans. Guys, welcome back to another episode. Today is episode 29. 29 days of consistently podcasting and giving you guys the game. And I'm telling you, I am really enjoying this. This is good for me. This is good for the community. This is good. This is good for everybody. And I'm just really enjoying it. And I appreciate you guys who are tuning in and listening to everything that we are talking about here in the Band of Barbers podcast. Today, and give you a little background and things like that. Today was, although a somewhat slow day in the shop, today was a very eventful day in the shop. So I did some work in the shop today, took care of a few things. And I'm gonna tell you now for myself, I'm not I won't say that I'm not artistic, because I am artistic, but I'm not a great design barber. I can do a simple part, a single line, things of that nature. But when you get into the designs and things like that, it's just difficult. It's really just difficult. So today, what I decided to do was I took my mannequin from the class that I took earlier this week in the men's design class with Paul's Beauty Warehouse, or Paul's Beauty Academy. I took that mannequin and I brought it to the shop. And because we didn't do like a ball fade on the mannequin, we just did a basic number 1 on the sides, that type of thing. I had a canvas to work on and learn from. So I set the mannequin up, took it into the shop, set the mannequin up, and because when I got done with the class, I had put the mannequin back in the box, and so that the mannequin head was all deformed. So I had to reshape it. So I put some water on it, I wet it down, I styled it. I went over kind of what we went over in the class. I practiced. I cut it again. I did a few things, just kind of, touched it up, everything like that, just trying to hone the skills and understand, lock in what I had already done. So in the process of me doing that, the other barbers in the shop started watching what I was doing. And it turned into a hip pocket class. And I was just showing them what I learned. I mean, iron sharpens iron. I was showing them what I learned. Now, my intention was not to teach them or show them anything. My intention was just to set it up, and I was going to practice on making and doing designs in the head. That was what I was going to do. And, but before I could get to that, what I ended up being able to do was, teach a little bit about what I learned. And it was good. They say if you want to learn more about what you're doing, then teach more. Teach what you have learned to lock in the knowledge. And so I did that, and it was great. I think that it really sparked a lot in the shop today. And there was a life in the shop that I don't think that we've seen in a little while. And it was pretty cool. Everybody's asking questions, things like that. I went from doing and, prepping the mannequin, and then we got into doing the design. So I asked one of the other barbers who's really, really good at designs. I was like, hey man, can you show me how to do the designs? And so I practiced on this mannequin, and I did these designs for, I think I worked on the mannequin for probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, just trying to figure out and learn the proper way to do designs, and really just trying to get my hands on it, getting used to it, and really just testing it out, fighting through. And like, that's the thing that you guys have to understand is how to do, like, how do you learn? Like, one of the things and the keys about learning that I feel is, like, you have to understand that it's okay to not know something. It's okay to be, it's okay to not learn, and it's okay to struggle and or fail at something that you're trying that's new. It's new to you. If when you were a baby, when you took your first step, if you gave up, if you gave up before you ever learned how to walk, you never be here. If you tried to stand up, and when you stood up you fell, and you never stood up again, like, you totally cut yourself off from the joys that come with walking and running and standing and moving, and you cut yourself off. And why? Like, a baby isn't ashamed that they can't walk, and neither should you be. You shouldn't be ashamed that you can't do something. You have the option and you have the ability to learn new things, and you had the ability and option to learn new things and be able to do things to change where you are. Learn. And that kind of ties me into today's episode. Today, I'm going to give you 5 steps to stay motivated as a new barber. 5 steps to stay motivated as a new barber. Number 1, set clear goals. I want you to define specific, achievable goals for your career as a barber. Doing this will give you a sense of direction and purpose, helping you to maintain motivation. So, what are clear, defined goals? Just saying, I want to make a lot of money is not a clear, defined goal. Even if you say, I want to make $100,000 a year, it's not a clear, defined goal. But if you said, I want to make $357 a day, right? If you said, I want to make $357 a day, if you said, I want to make $357 a day, sorry, trying to catch myself here. That's that is technically a clear, defined goal. But then you break it down into your service costs. So if you have a service, if you have a service fee of, if you have a service fee of or if you have a service fee of $30, right? Then you need to cut 12 heads a day, right? You need to cut 12 heads a day. That's the reality. Now you've gotten it down to the smallest category, right? Like, you've gotten it down to the smallest category. You got it down to the smallest category. At 12 clients a day, $30 $30 a person, or $30 a client, you're now making $360. So you're making actually $3 more than what you need for your daily goal. Now, and this is where I'm talking about finding and getting very specific about your goals. See, because if you understand that you need to get 12 clients a day, and currently you're only cutting 6 clients a day, you need 6 more clients every single day. At a minimum, you need 6 more clients every single day. Now, is the day going to be the same? No, just like every day, and this is business, just like every day in a shop, or like every day in a restaurant isn't going to be as busy. The weekend is busier. The weekend is busier in a restaurant than during the week. It just is. Just like a barbershop is busier during the week than it is during the weekend than it is during the week a lot of times, depending on how you run business. But a lot of times, barbershop shops should get busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By Saturday, it's full steam ahead, right? Saturday, full steam ahead. So if you're only working 5 days a week, all right, and like I said, we want to make you want to make $100,000 a year. So 100,000. Let's say this, and let's say you're only working 5 days a week. So 5 days a week times 52 weeks in a year is 260 days. So if I take 100,000 and I divide it by 260, okay? I divide it by 260, I need to make $384.62 a day. Now, this is how particular you have to get about setting goals and understanding, because you have to map it out and be able to see it. Whether you're a visual person, whether you're a whatever, you have to be able to map it out and truly see what's going on. Okay? So 380, if you're only going to work 5 days a week, right? 5 days a week, you need to make $384.62 each day to make $100,000 in a year. Now we can go with our haircut price, saying our haircut price is $30, right? So $384.62 divided by 30 means that you need to cut 12.8. So you need to cut 13 clients in a day. And I'm telling you, this is how particular you have to get with your goals. This is how particular you have to get with your goals. So follow me now. That's 13 clients a day. Okay? Now, let's say you work an 8-hour workday, right? You work 9 to 5. You take 30 minutes for lunch. So if my average haircut, and we're talking about, when we're saying $30, we're just talking about a haircut. Nothing more than that, just a haircut. Okay? Now, if we're doing just a haircut, $30 for a haircut, and we can we've worked our time down, and we know that we can achieve any result of a haircut in 30 minutes. 30 minutes is where you want to shoot for. In an 8-hour day, you have 16 slots that are available to you from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That is 16 slots. You take one away for your 30 minutes for lunch. Now you have 15 slots. But remember, we only need 13. We need 13 slots. So we really have an hour and a half, 90 minutes of the day that may be left to play with. Okay? 90 minutes in one day may be left to play with. All right? But we only need 13 for the day at $30 a piece. Right? But you notice how specific that is. That's 30-minute time slots for haircuts. That's 30-minute time slots for haircuts, $30 for a haircut. That's $1 a minute. This is how particular it has to be, guys. That is how particular it truly has to be when you're trying to find and set your goals. This will give you a direction. This will give you a goal to look for, a goal to attain. This will give you a goal to attain. All right. And so that, like I said, set clear goals. Clear. Get down to the smallest, minute thing. Hey, I want to get haircuts done in 30 minutes, and I want to charge $1 a minute because I got to cut 13 heads a day, and I don't have a whole lot of time to waste. You going in there every day with my number is 13, my number is 13, my number is 13. And you're thinking about, okay, how do I get 13 clients to sit in my chair a day? Okay. Yeah, this is what I got to do. Yeah, this is what I got to do. You got to do that, which leads me into point number 2. Number 2 to keep yourself motivated is stay organized. Stay organized, okay? And in staying organized, you need to keep your workspace organized and tidy, right? Which you should always, after every client, reset. In your reset time, you're cleaning your clippers. You're sweeping the floor. Don't get so caught up and I got to get 30 minutes just right. Because if your day's supposed to end at 5 o'clock and it ends at 5:15, but you hit all 13 for the day, listen, right? That little extra time, you need to sweep and maintain your station at all times. Figure out, test your station out, see if it's organized how you want it to be organized. See if it'll work for you and what you do. You spend enough time behind the chair, you figure out your movements that you're making to get to the to get to the client during your service times. Boom, boom, boom. For me, I'll give you a hint. For me, if I'm going where my guards sit on my station, they're kind of out of the way. They're behind some of my products. Now, I could readjust my station if I wanted to, but I've kind of reorganized it kind of where I want it, how I want it. So what I will do is once I have a conversation with my client about, once we finish the consultation, and we figure it out, I'm putting together an idea of what I'm going to do with the hair automatically in there. So if I know that the biggest guard I'm going to need is a three guard, if I'm doing that, I'll pull out 3 down to my half guard or 3 down to 1. Because for some haircuts, I may not need the 1. I might reach for the half guard, but that's it. But I'll pull them out. I'll lay them out. I know what I need. I got my guards laid out. I got my combs laid out. I decide on what combs I need. Do I need a big comb to do some clipper over comb on this haircut? Or can I do without it on this one? I just need a regular small cutting comb. I decide on these things before I get into the haircut. But once I finish the consultation, I decide on what tools I need. I know without a shadow of a doubt I'm always going to need a comb, and I use a new comb every time. I know I'm going to need a comb. So that's a given, right? I know I'm going to need a comb. I pull out my stuff, I set it up and prep from there, and then I go to work. So when I turn around and look, I know that I've already pulled out whatever it is I need. It's sitting right there. I'm looking at it. Right? That's something that you can do. And doing that will take and relieve some of the stress on you. Because when you're trying to think about where your stuff is and how I'm going to do the haircut and all of this type of stuff, it's going to stress you out. It is going to stress you out. All right. The other thing, right? We're talking about like we talked about in setting clear goals. If you gonna make $100,000, then you need to, at $30 a piece, you need 30-minute time slots. I know some guys that I know people. There are barbers in this world that do haircuts and a beard in 30 minutes, bald fades and a beard in 30 minutes. I'll be honest, I'm probably not one of those guys. I'm more of a 35-minute, 40-minute guy. But, I'm not. But you know what has changed? I will tell you what has changed the time for me. You guys are watching, I'm sure a lot of you guys are watching YouTube tutorials, Instagram tutorials, TikTok videos, you're watching all this type of stuff. And you watch these barbers on there, and they do one full half of the head, and then they come around and do the other half of the head. They are killing themselves because they're doing 2 haircuts. At least at a minimum. Technically, they'll probably end up doing 3 because they'll do one half of the head, that's 1 haircut. They'll do the other half of the head, that's 2 haircuts. And then they'll try to match and make sure that everything is matched on the side. So there goes 3. There goes 3 haircuts for absolutely no reason. Do it once. Do it once, do it right. Do it wrong, do it twice. If I got the one, if I got the, and this is staying organized, right? The organization is what kills you. The lack of organization is what kills your time, what slows you down, what causes you stress, which does all of those types of things. It just wears you out because you're not organized. You don't have a plan. You don't have anything. You just jump into it and you hope that somewhere along the lines you're going to get it and pick it up. No, because you don't have a plan. You don't have a system. You might have a system in the way that you cut hair, but you're not using the system in the way that it was designed. So I will tell you, in staying organized, understanding your system, if I pick up a number 3 guard on a haircut, I'm going to do everything I can with that 3 guard, put it down. I'm not picking that 3 guard back up. I'm done with it. I pick up the 2 guard, do everything I can with that 2 guard that I need to do. I put it down. I get my 1 guard. I do everything I can with that number 1 guard. I put it down. And when I say everything, I don't mean just a haircut. If you got a haircut and a beard, I'm doing everything I need to do, or I know I'm going to do with that guard. Everything. Why are we wasting time? Why would I cut the hair, then come back and do the beard, and do the same? Now I'm touching this stuff twice, 2, 3, 4 times, because I didn't operate in an organized manner. And it only just makes sense. Do everything you can with the guard. If you're using guards or you're using detachable blades, or even if you got it and you doing it with the clipper over comb, do everything you can do with that, and then go back, or then go to the next guard. Do everything you can with that, and then go to the next guard. And when I say everything, I mean every single thing. Okay? Don't be you jumping around and all. You're losing yourself. You'll get lost. Do everything you can with that guard. Okay? And yeah, just do everything you can. I'm telling you, I didn't believe it, but I've heard quite a few people say that, barbers are going up in price and they're justifying it. Some of them I've heard justify it in, oh, it takes me an hour and a half to do this haircut, so you're gonna pay me for my time. Okay. I mean, that's cool and all, but I've heard a lot of people say that if you could give me a quality haircut in less time, I would pay you more. Key statement: if you can figure out how to give me quality, the same quality or close enough, the same, but we'll say the same quality to the 90-minute services, you can give me that in 45 minutes. Huh. What you might charge me 50 for, I might be willing to pay 100 for it at 45 minutes. 150 for at 30 minutes. You don't know, but people that people the client does not want to, the client has things to do. And yes, they've come to the barbershop, but they want you to respect their time just as much as you want them to respect your time. So providing a quality service, and providing a quality service relies on organization in a system, and maintaining a structure. Stop hiding from the structure, guys. Get the structure, get the foundation, figure it out. The more you operate in the structure system, the faster it'll be. You'll get faster because you like, boom, okay, boom, boom. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. Boom, 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 boom. And before you know it, you'll be like, damn, I'm done already. I'm already done. I kid you not. I had a client last Saturday, and I did that. I set my station up. I did all the stuff that I've been doing, and it was a low fade, which is not one of my favorite haircuts. Right? Some people really get it, and they can do it really easy. Like, it took me a long time to learn how to do it, but I did the low fade last week, and I did it so fast that when I went to go start working on a beard, even the client said, "Dad, you done already?" And when I jumped into the beard, I went straight into the razor work because I had already used all my clippers to fade the. When I had the clippers in my hand, I faded the beard out. I had the clippers in my hand, I faded the beard out. When I had the trimmers in my hand, I I lined up what I could get to, that being like the back of the neck, things like that. I didn't put his neck up because I knew I was going to wait a minute. I waited until the end to do his neck, the bottom part of his neck. But when I came in, it was boom, razor line on the top of the beard, uh, hit the mustache with the trimmers, and razor line on top of the beard, hit the mustache with the trimmers, clean the neck up, boom, bam, thank you, spin him around, and he was done. I wasn't rushing him. Like, I still gave him the same quality service, but I stopped doubling up and repeating myself over and over and over and over and over again. If you thought about every time that you re-picked up a guard, or you reworked an entire section. If you looked at that separately and said, every time that I do this, this is basically I'm giving them an entire another haircut. You think about early on when you don't really know your system, when you haven't learned your system, and for you early guys, if you pay attention to what you don't, you'll realize for some of you all, you cutting the hair 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it take you an hour and a half. You cut the hair 4 times. You done 4 services and you only getting paid for 1. Crazy. Crazy. Oh, and best believe I was in shock when I heard somebody talk about that, and then I thought about the way that I cut hair. What? I was like, nah, no, that's crazy. And I got mad because I'm giving away money. And it's not about the money, but it's the principle behind it of like, you want to get faster, you want to get more clients in and out the chair and da 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 da. Okay. Be more consistent and trust yourself when you make a decision. Stay organized. Stay organized. That's my point number 2. Point number 3, seek continuous learning. This is always gonna be important, man. You got to stay up to date. Don't be no dinosaur and fall out in the business. You got to stay up to date. What are the new techniques? What are the techniques that you can learn from somebody else that might speed up your process? Right? Oh, I might be able to get I might be able to get new tools. The new tools may help do something better. Like people, you don't understand. People talk a lot, and I've seen it. It's an investment, but you get you some detachables and you learn how to use those and input them into your system. Even if you don't use the detachables for everything, because you don't necessarily have to. Even if you don't use the detachables for everything, man, those detachables eat. Those detachables can save you a lot of freaking time that you using up for no apparent reason. Study your tools, learn your tools. If you doing men's cuts and you doing a lot of shear work, don't have no cheap shears. Get you something that's sharp, that's good. Maintain your clippers. Check your stuff out. Check it and make sure that it's good. Oil down your clippers. Oil down your blades. Find you somebody, either or buy new blades, learn how to sharpen your own blades, or find a person that can sharpen the blades for you. If your goal is to make $100,000 a year, it shouldn't be to make $100,000 a year and be the cheapest barber that there is, using the cheapest products and everything like that. Listen, if you understand your business, like whatever you spend on tools is a tax write-off. If you're gonna make $100,000 a year, I wholeheartedly believe that the client deserves great products, and it shouldn't be, oh man, I'm gonna put these clippers on them, and I don't even know when I changed the blade the last time. I don't even know if I've ever changed the blade, or I like the way that this blade really works, so I ain't gonna fool with it. That's fake juju. That's just unreal. Like, that's just being cheap. Understand how business works and business taxes. Like, dog, if you go and buy a new blade, you can write it off on your taxes because it's a cost of doing business. You are a businessman. You have your own business. Learn how to run your business. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. But seek out that continuous learning. Find classes, look it up. Again, ask the barbers around you. If you're not comfortable with them, maybe go ask a barber in your shop, or go ask somebody else. Hey, how you do this? But what about that? Would you be willing to show me this? And they say, yeah. Hey, look, don't just run over there and try to get it for free. Kick them some money. You know what I'm saying? If you learn something, bring something to the table. Bring something to the table. Like, yo, I ain't trying to be funny, but it's like, we as barbers, like, we don't eat all the time. If it's like, shoot, hey, I know I'm coming over or whatever, and you gonna show me some stuff, but I like to at least buy you some lunch, or something like that. Can I bring you some lunch? I got 50 for you for the class. They may say no, but honor and respect what they're teaching you, because what they're teaching you is only going to level you up, which means you're going to be able to make more money. Don't be so cheap. Don't be so cheap. All right? Don't be so cheap. And I'm going to tell you, I got expensive tools. I got cheap tools. I got stuff that I got clippers that I have Frankenstein together. But I had the ability to Frankenstein these clippers together because I understood how to read the diagrams and to read the descriptions and figure out, okay, does this match this and does that match that, and so on and so forth. That takes research. Also, I knew, okay, if I lose money on this deal, okay, if it works, it works. But don't be out here, please don't be in the shop with some Walmart clippers cutting on clients' heads. Buy you some real clippers, man. Buy you some real tools. Don't be out here being super cheap for no reason. Okay? Just don't do it. Learn, grow, do what you got to do. And speaking of, workshops and getting classes, and seeking the continuous learning, get you some mentors, right? You can get, and listen, if you look at any successful person, the successful person has mentors in different areas. They might have a mentor that's that helps them in the barbering industry, but then they got a total separate mentor for business. And they got a total separate mentor for just their life in general, and being a man or a woman, or anything like that. Like, you work in a people-based industry, a customer-based industry. Okay? You need customers, you need clients, you need those things. You also need people, because if you had all the answers, you would have it figured out. And what you got to understand is even if your mentor starts as even if your mentor starts as somebody on social media, when it comes time to find the right person, if you need an in-person mentor, they'll show up. But you have to understand to have the right communication, the right conversation, because I'll tell you from my experience, I had people coach me and talk to me and give me information and share game with me based solely on the fact that I asked the right questions. But I prepared and understood for years about what they were talking about. And because I wanted to know, and when I got into the room and I saw this, and it wasn't about this wasn't about getting something from them. These people was total accidents. People that became my mentors and things like that, and that I look highly up to, that I can have constant conversation with, or even if I only had, a few far between conversations, it was because I was able to ask the right questions. I asked the right questions that allowed them to give me the answers that I was looking for. Okay, get some mentors. You're afraid to go talk to people about what your small your downfalls is, or what you struggling with. Like, they're a mentor. They're supposed to be there for a reason. You're looking for them for a reason. You can accomplish what you need or what you want to do on your own. So go find someone who is willing to help you accomplish that. There we go. There we go. That's number 4. Connect with mentors. Network. Get out there and find the people. Listen, one of the best places to connect with mentors and things like that is in your chair. You get them in the chair. Hey, what's going on? What's your name, so and so? What do you do for business? What do you do for work? Oh, I'm a so and so, and I'm a aeronautics engineer. I tell you what. I had a client, and real quick, I had a client, because we're running low on time here, so I'm going to share this yet with you guys. I had a client of mine that came to me a few times or whatever, and we talked and talked and talked, and this was before I kind of really developed my method and really understood what was going on. I just found out in the last year or so that he was a lawyer, a big time lawyer. Now, I didn't need anything from him. I don't want anything from him, but knowing that he was a lawyer, that would have been an interesting conversation. Hey, you're a lawyer. What type of law do you practice? Are you a contract lawyer? Are you a family lawyer? Are you a trial lawyer? Are you a public defendant? Like, what type of lawyer are you? And they gonna tell you, because guess what? They earn the status of, the client has earned this. Your client has earned a certain status. And I'm going to tell you, who probably cares the least? The people that he wants to tell the most. People that he wants to talk to about it the most, they're in the mix with him all the time. So sharing his story, sharing what's going on, and things that you can learn, and stories, you could ask him, I don't know if you can tell me this, but what's the craziest thing that you ever experienced? Or something, you may be able to connect some dots in a situation. You don't know who can become your mentor. It's yeah, you just don't know. So network, get a mentor, get a couple mentors, everything like that. I say this and I stand on this. If LeBron James can spend over $1 million a year just on maintaining his body every year, you could take some time to learn and, get the experiences like they are. You could, and even if you're making $100,000 a year, right? That's your goal. That's what we talked about. We set our clear goal, $100,000, our clear goal. $1,000 for a collective of people, or one person, to show you how to maintain that $100,000, or how to turn that $100,000 into $150,000, or $200,000, or $300,000, or $1 million. $1,000 ain't worth it. Reading up on some books, learning how to better conversate with people, how to have better conversations, isn't worth it? Okay. I'm telling you right now. Somebody told me pay them $1,000, and they can show me, how to level up and how to grow, and how to advance, how to do the things that they've done. I'm gonna say where do you cash card, ACH transfer? How do you want this done, sir? How do you want this done? Okay, and we're gonna finish off with this one for tonight. Celebrate your achievements, small, big, whatever it may be. Celebrate your achievements. Okay? Now, I'm kind of I'll tell you, I'm kind of a Kobe in the playoffs type guy. I recognize what I've done, but I'm like, job's not done. Not finished what I need to be doing. That's me. That's me. Okay? But my wife had to bring to my attention, she says, you go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. You never take a second to breathe. You never take a second to pat yourself on the back. You never take a second to do any of that. And I stopped and I said, Dag, I don't. And I told her, but I don't, blah, 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 but I don't do it because, I got to keep going. And, if I get complacent and da, 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 da. And she said, but Dag, you could at least celebrate that you did it. Even if it's not a big celebration, celebrate that you did it. So then I started celebrating the little things. Ooh, yeah. I did a really, really good haircut that time. Let me put that in my memory bank to make sure that I can do that same haircut the next time. That was the way I started to celebrate. Oh, that lineup, I really got that C cup right. I really got that C cup right this time. I play back in my mind, little mental ESPN highlight reel. Oh, okay. This is how I did this. This is how I really got it to get in there, and it really looks clean. Okay. All right. Ooh, man, that neck taper was really nice, and I did it real quick, and I flowed through it. I wasn't bouncing back and forth between guards. I just boom, 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 boom. I just did what I needed to do as far as that, and it was quick, it was fluid, it was easy. Huh? Little celebrations. Man, I had a really good day financially. I hit my mark for the day. I hit my mark for the day. Oh man, that really felt good to hit that mark for the day. I hit that mark for 2 days. That really felt good to hit that mark for 2 days. I hit my mark for a week. What? I really hit my mark for the week. All right. What did I do to ensure that I hit my mark for the week? What was different about this week? I hit my mark for the. Here's an even better one. I hit my mark for the week, and it wasn't even a holiday week. Ooh, yeah, that's it. That's it. It wasn't even a holiday week, and I hit my mark. Mm-hmm. That's it. So, listen, guys, celebrate your achievements. Celebrate them. You go take your practical test. Celebrate when you pass. You go take your theory test. Celebrate when you pass. What? Now, we talked about our vices and bad habits. I'm not saying go overboard. I'm saying celebrate a little bit. Yes, I did it. That's great. I'm excited. I'm happy. So on and so forth. I'm not saying, you know, oh, I did it. Let me get tore up. No, no, no. All right. Celebrate your achievements because you're going, if you don't accomplish it, you're going to be sad. So why not celebrate when you do accomplish it? You're going to feel some type of way if you don't accomplish it. You're going to feel some type of way if you make a mistake. You're going to feel some type of way if you drop the ball or something. But you're going to beat yourself up because you may have dropped the ball in the past and not celebrate that you got it right? Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right? So look, here's our 5 steps. Now we're going to talk about this real quick one more time. Number 1, set clear goals. Set clear goals. All right? Set your clear goals. Define specific achievable goals for your career as a barber. Doing this will give you a sense of direction and purpose, helping you to maintain motivation. Number 2, stay organized. Keep your workplace tidy and maintain a structured schedule. Organization can reduce your stress and make it easier to focus on honing your skills and building your clientele. Number 3, seek continuous learning. Stay up to date on the latest trends, techniques, and tools in the barber industry. Regularly attending workshops or classes can keep your skills sharp and boost your confidence. Number 4, which I think is one of the more, they're all important, but this is something that really helped me out. I'm gonna say this. Build relationships with experienced barbers who can provide guidance, share insights, and inspire you. Learning from others in the field can help you navigate the challenges and stay motivated. You also can learn from people outside of the field. Look for things in the career in other people's career fields that may be similar to yours. You get a clientele base that sits down in your chair. You got barbers that work in other places with you. Develop conversation, develop a way to properly ask questions and learn from them. And that's number 4. Connect with those mentors. Get you some mentors. Build your network. All right. And number five, we don't give ourselves enough credit, but please celebrate your achievements. Acknowledge and celebrate both small and big milestones in your barbering journey. Recognizing your progress will boost your confidence and keep you motivated to reach new heights in your career. Guys, these 5 simple things can really help you grow and stay hungry for the game. Stay hungry in the business. 5 simple things. Set goals, stay organized, seek continuous learning, connect with mentors, and celebrate your achievements. Little things. Little things. And now that may seem big, but we've talked about it on a base level. We've talked about it on the base level, and we talked about it we talked about it quite a bit this evening, right? So look, guys, like there it is. There it is. How do I stay in this game? How do I stay motivated? I gave you my 5 secrets. I gave you my 5 biggest secrets. All right. So look, if you guys found this episode helpful in any way, please share it with someone. Share it with someone. Right? I also would like to see you guys, get in the comments and I think I'm gonna post a Q&A on this episode. Get on the Q&A and what are your goals? Clear goals. What are your goals? All right, we want to know and get you and I'll say this, and I didn't touch on this when we were talking about goals, but get your goals, write your goals down, hold yourself accountable, give them to someone else to help hold you accountable. Ooh, maybe might be your mentor. Tell your mentor what you want to do, and yeah. All right. So look, guys, thank you again for listening to the Band of Barbers podcast. I'm your host, Devon Evans. Please like, comment, share, subscribe so we can grow the tribe. All right. So we can grow the tribe. We're on the top podcasting spaces. So we're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We are also on Google Play and iHeartRadio. You can find us and you can listen to us anywhere that you want to listen. We're working on YouTube too, guys. That just lets you know. You can find us on YouTube soon. You're going to find us on YouTube soon. Please, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's late. I didn't get the episode out on the day, but I started recording it when I was supposed to. I didn't finish, but I gave you guys crazy game tonight. Crazy game. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be like, I hope that you guys can share this, and I'm so excited to be, I hope, a spark in your journey to keep you guys going. Please, don't give up. Don't get down. And love this game for what it is. You got all the potential in the world. You just got to go after it. Go after what you want. Don't make excuses. Thanks again, guys. We'll catch you next time.